are looking at private jets like 1,000
What's up,
times.
y'all?
It's fire. Yeah.
What's up, guys?
So I go to Dubai to
Dubai with the boys. Dubai sourcing some leads. Yes, sir. What up?
Happy Money Monday, y'all.
that's such a
Several of
great
you guys
profile
are
picture.
early today. Hunter's been early to like every stream for like a couple weeks now. Hunter's locked in.
Yeah. What's
Good
up,
to see you,
Karen?
man.
Good to see you.
What's up,
Karen.
Karen? Karen's been on a bunch as well. What's up, Sneaker Wand? What's up,
All the
Pamela?
vets.
Yeah,
see you
cool.
guys.
Everyone's
So,
feeling.
yeah, we come here every Monday, guys, to answer all your questions. So let us know what you got for us here.
I have been absolutely ripping live sourcing for your Tuesday calls recently, like just like obliterating sites.
And you've been doing it inside his community for a long time, right?
Years,
like
3
years,
Three
right?
years.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would say
Amazon.
it's OA in general is getting easier again here.
Oh,
And
way.
with good timing too. Yeah.
Well, I honestly think back to school is the most lucrative sourcing time period. For people
That's
that-
that's a very hot take.
No,
but
for a very specific audience, for people
Yeah,
that are
yeah, yeah.
willing to buy a lot of stuff in FBM, right?
Yeah.
Like the
that includes-
small back to school items, right? That we all know about that you can list at 12 different listings at the 2-pack, the 4-pack,
Yep.
the 8-pack on Walmart, on
There
it's
are a lot
Amazon.
of
excellent
different
training
ones.
for Christmas too.
And it's like those items are so easily accessible. Like in your local
Yeah.
Walmart, you can pick up 200. Then you can go to Staples, pick up another 200. Target.
Yeah, well, that's the cool thing. Like, just to show you guys a general example, so like not this item, but just in general, how like it's too late to buy these for this year, I'd say. But like, it just shows you how there's less. Like, if we look at the past couple of years, it shows there's a lot of opportunity this Q4 because some of these really populated arbitrage listings have a lot less sellers than they did last year, right? Which means those of you guys who are cooking with us here and ready for your first Q4 or one of the repeat Q4s, like. You're a couple years in, like there's massive opportunity because demand on Amazon's only gone up. Demand for e-commerce has only gone up. Holiday shopping's only gone up. Meanwhile, looking that some of these main arbitrage listings have less sellers, it's very bullish for Q4 of this year in respect to being good stuff.
And all that stuff is super cheap to ship, right?
Mhm.
Throw it in a poly mailer, nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Like I was showing you guys the other day, right? You copy a couple keywords from the title, paste it into the Keep a search filter, and you'll find all the duplicative listings that you can now list on, right? And it's just so 100 ROI here, 200 ROI there, like 50% margin there.
And what was the sales rank on that listing, Miles? It was like 7.
Disgusting. Yeah, 7 was what I saw for last year.
Yeah, I was looking at a
That's-
listing with them last week. The sales rank, or the estimated month or sales per month, it was over 100,000. I've never seen that
Yeah.
before.
And that's the beauty of that
I've ever seen
model.
that too. Yeah.
That's the beauty of that model too, is you pick up a few of those FBM and you list them as you're literally walking to the cash register and you've already made
Yeah, you're
sales.
sold out by the time you finish checking out.
You
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
have,
like
like
no
you
exaggeration.
can have thousands of units ordered curbside pickup because they're so like easily accessible items, easily acquirable items. You can do like hit 3 or 4 Walmarts, Office Depots, Staples, etc. Have 2,000 units in your hand, have them listed across 4 different listings. Your buy box exposure is 4x, right? Your surface area of luck is 4x, and it's just so easy to make money.
Somebody's got to keep Garrett off these back to school Sharpies. He's too hype right now.
Bro.
Somebody, Nate had a question. He said, "What's your opinion on automated lead services?" I'd say don't waste your time because you're not learning how to source. And usually those leads are shared with like 100 other people. So by the time you buy them, they're no longer profitable.
Yeah.
I would not waste my time.
But I mean, back in the day before all the information was so prevalent, I think there was value there in finding like the adjacencies, right? The quality brands, like products to source adjacently of, meeting people, right? A lot of them had a Discord. Like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think there was a time and place for them for sure.
Yeah, and in general too, like that where that would make sense was if you just have some extra capital and just want to see examples of all-in arbitrage listings and everything. But typically, it's not like if you're watching our content, you're gonna learn how to source storefront stalking, make listings good. Like AI can help. Warren just posted a good AI video for you guys for proc sourcing. I posted a more kind of advanced all-in arbitrage video today that breaks down just tips you should know that you probably don't know about making all-in arbitrage listings good, right? You're going to be totally fine there. Yeah.
What's up, Sawyer? It's been a minute.
What up, man?
Well,
How's
all
it
right.
going?
Hot sales everywhere. Yes, sir. Question for Corey. For products that are already doing well, online arbitrage, would it be worth going into wholesale on those products? Also, is a website necessary to land accounts? Bro's got a clean haircut there, too.
Yeah.
Bro's looking fly, yeah.
We got to get G-Body dripped out with that right there.
Yeah. So to answer your question, absolutely, it makes perfect sense to call. In fact, those are the brands that are probably going to be the easiest ones for you to land that wholesale account. So yeah, if you're already selling a product or a brand and making money with it from OA, just call up the brand and ask to open a wholesale account. Now, as far as whether or not you need a website, it's not 100% essential. It would help to have a good, professional, clean-looking website, but you don't necessarily have to have one. Now, what is required is a professional email address. So if you're going to reach out to the brand, don't reach out from like amazonseller@gmail.com. Get a professional domain. Just, you don't necessarily have to have a website attached to it. Just have a professional, clean email address.
And please, wait, so I don't know the question, but like when you're emailing brands, please don't sign off your email as CEO and founder or president or whatever executive title that thinks it makes you that you think makes you sound cool, right? Because in reality, most people are going to see right through that, right? It's new account development representative.
Just be buyer. You're just a buyer. That's all you are.
Exactly. Sales rep, whatever it is, account manager, whatever it is, not the CEO, because no one's going to actually be realistically be emailing cold emails from that position.
Right.
That's funny. The meta is to have as little ego as possible.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So Par says, for online arbitrage, best place to order as to not face invoice on gating issues. Yeah, so don't worry about like invoices, right? We just use order confirmations in 2025. And the big thing is just understanding that you're going to get declined typically like 10 to 15 times per brand, and that's okay. You're not doing anything wrong, and it just keeps submitting the order confirmation right there. More than 20 times. Exactly. See, unfortunately, Jared, right, has gotten declined a bunch for Gap, right? And, you know, even though you typically get declined 10 to 15 times per brand, sometimes it'll be more, right? So Jared, just cover like the whole supply chain for it. It's like your order confirmation, your shipping confirmation, your delivery confirmation, a picture of the product, you know, a picture of the shipping label from the box, right? Take a picture of the credit card statement, put that all in one combined PDF, and we promise you'll get it right there.
Yeah, Cassandra had a good question too. She's just asking about how do you handle returns, because obviously you want to make sure you're, you know, not bleeding money. It's really easy to leak a ton of money out of your Amazon business. So with returns, you can usually clean them up. A lot of stuff that gets sent back to you, like half of it or more, will be good to sell again. I have not sold on like Walmart, eBay, that kind of thing. And then also like within that conversation, make sure when you're buying stuff, make sure you're actually getting shipped all of it. There's a lot of big websites that you would assume they're sending everything, but there's, you know, when you're ordering 100, it's natural they're going to accidentally short you every now and then. So get your refunds on that stuff too.
Yep. Let's see Dylan Sawyer in here. Any recommendations for prep centers in the Southeast region? You probably don't want one in the Southeast region just because there's no sales tax-free states around there. You probably want one in the Northeast in Delaware and New Hampshire, but our buddy Chris Grant, Clear the Shelf, has a good list of prep centers on his website. And then if you're doing wholesale, you can obviously have a prep center anywhere. Corey, don't you have one in like Georgia or something?
Yeah, not anymore. The main one I use is up in, actually Joe's the main one I use up in New York. But yeah, if you're doing arbitrage, then you're going to want one in a tax-free state. If you're doing wholesale, just find one on the East Coast or wherever, really. Yeah. Deal Hunter said, how come Amazon sold 9 of my products and the status shows reserved?
Hey, that's good work, bro.
Yeah. So when you sell a product, it goes into reserve status, which basically means Amazon is packaging it up and ready to ship it out to the customer. So once their payment clears and Amazon ships it out, then it'll show as sold. So that's actually a good thing. That's perfectly normal.
Yeah, and what a lot of people kind of too will like be like unsure with that too is because sometimes your listings will sell before they even check in, and that means that was a great product. It doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. If your listings are selling before they even check in, it means that Amazon's showing them on the listing, even with far out delivery dates, just because that's like normal, for example, for when a listing isn't checked in. And that means you should totally FBM some of that product too. Let's see. Any recommendations how to create a website? I've just from my earlier days, but CARRD card is an
That's a good one.
easy website builder. It's like $6 too. It's ridiculously cheap.
A lot of the ones you see advertised on YouTube and stuff are decent too. They'll just like AI generate, pop
I
some
think
text in there,
ChatGPT will
like
generate
the
one.
Squarespace
Yeah,
and Wix
sure.
and that
Good
kind of stuff
point.
works too.
Yeah, okay, definitely. That's even better.
But like even so, that's not something. I'm assuming you're coming from like a wholesale mindset. That's not something that like hold up your whole plan to start calling your first 5, 10, 15 brands, right? And like we always say, like that's something that could potentially enhance your pitch to the right brand, but a bad website is going to be far more detrimental than a good website.
Yeah, that's just true in general. Like,
Right, of course.
if you have little or no revenue, you do things that create revenue. You don't worry about literally anything else. Once you're making the revenue, you can perfect the systems and stuff. But there's no reason to like, oh, I have to have all this bookkeeping and website, all this kind of stuff perfect. You're making $0. Like
It doesn't, from a wholesale perspective, it doesn't make any sense to index on anything other than simply calling brand, right? So many people refuse to pick up the phone that first time and continue to do so over the next 20 or 30 brands. And the people that do win, right? You couple that with a very specific strategic pitch to qualified brands that fit your model, that fit your target audience or your target brand. And those are the people that have a wholesale business that picks up pretty quickly.
Oh, how to package a FBM order if it's a bundle. Literally the same way you package an FBM order that isn't a bundle. And that'll be just putting them all in, or putting the item or items right in a poly mailer or box, depending on how fragile it is, and then keeping it moving. There's no F and SKU labels needed or anything. If it's a fragile item, it's not a bad idea to grab a fragile or a this side up sticker from Boxem too, which is a cool new feature we added as well. Speaking of good, FBM season, man, love to see it here. Right, so my 2 pound perfume order cost $9 ship. I expected $6. That's actually pretty cheap for $9. Go to howtofbm.com. It's a good FBM guide I got for you guys. That shows exactly the estimated FBM cost. Is just we got for you guys at
Jose had a good question too. He said, so when it says reserved, it's because it's sold already. So not always. If it's in reserved, it means it's either currently being received by Amazon or it's in fulfillment center transfer, meaning it's being moved around the country to a different fulfillment center, or it means that it's sold and Amazon's in the process of fulfilling it. So it can mean a few different things, not just that it's sold.
Any recommendation on how to create a professional email if we have a domain purchased? But just Google it, YouTube it. Yeah, that's going to be way quicker than any of us trying to explain it.
Yeah, or if you bought the domain through Squarespace, you can just set up the email straight through Squarespace. It's super easy. It takes like 30 seconds. So you don't need to have an email with it, or you don't even need to have a website with it though.
Yep, doing wholesale. Oh, cool. Then yeah, you bought it. You can do it wherever you want. Yeah, on vacation with the fam. Rite Aid. Yeah, my local Rite Aid closed down. I think a year or two ago, unfortunately. Yeah.
You know what I just saw? I saw a Kohl's TV commercial.
Oh.
The most random thing ever. A business that's closing actively.
I feel like I've never seen a Kohl's commercial ever.
I've seen Kohl's Cash once. I've seen Kohl's Cash once, I think.
I feel like I've heard radio ads, but I've never like seen one on TV.
Listening to radio
and watching.
I knew you were going to say that.
That's a bannable offense there.
I knew you were going to say that.
So when it says reserved, so Jose, if it says reserved and shows in your sold tab, then it's sold. I've seen, I think, some FC transfer for that. I've
heard a radio ad.
Corey's the type to listen to baseball on the radio and do just sit on the couch listening to baseball on the radio.
Not that his garage on a rocking chair.
Yeah.
Jimmy, all your
tweets
come up as spam. Like I don't even see them because it shows as probable spam. So I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see. Best way to communicate with Amazon regarding possible competitor manipulation, where a seller may be placing orders on my store to put my items into reserve status. Okay, that was an incredibly well-written question. On that, just reach out to seller support. Garrett and I were going to war with the country of China over on the Air Force One listing back in the day. I remember Wi-Fi was so mad about that. The issues we had with that. The nice thing is Amazon kind of fixed that though, or at least largely. It used to be way more of an issue than it is today.
I can still hear his tone, like screaming over FaceTime.
Yeah, I remember exactly.
Just screaming over FaceTime.
Yep. where do you fellas between cash flow produced from the business and spending power, using payouts to buy inventory versus paying to see how does this look for you guys? So you should, in our opinion, we're not huge fans of leverage. And if you're going to use it, you got to be really established and ready to roll with that prior. Honestly, so we love the idea of using as much cash as possible. Ironically, is that what like I used to scale back in the day? Not at all, but just from like a responsibility perspective, like use as much cash as you can. And some people should never use leverage, like you really got to know what you're doing.
I mean, kind of like how we opened up this whole call. This is probably some of the best weeks to turn 1,000 into 2, 2,000 into 4, right? 5 into 10, just because the scalability that some of these listings have and the volume that some of these listings are doing, right? Back to school stuff. If you really lock in for the next month or two, if you have 5,000 to your name, you can really and legitimately, realistically turn that into 8,000, 9,000 from 5, which obviously it's, that's a pretty powerful stance. And then that can be like the real jumping block for your business.
Yeah. The like, if you want a simple equation for it, what Amazon's going to pay you in the next 2 weeks plus your bank account should be better than should be more than your credit card bill.
Yeah, that's a good way to put. That's like a very simple way.
That's like the safe way. You can tweak that if you want it to be more risky, but that's what I always solved, and I had no problem sleeping at night. I know other people like to leverage and that kind of thing, but
obviously that doesn't account for like your inventory and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So good question from Jared. With Q4 coming up, what's the latest deadline I should set for me to be fully ungated into brand and ready? Saving for October safer. Would November give me enough runway? Yeah, you're just overthinking ungating, dude. The nice thing is that, you can buy auto ungates when you're a beginner, but don't be afraid of gated items. I know, Jared, you're dealing with some denials right now, so you might not be fully confident in the system yet, which is totally normal, obviously. And I think, but yeah, like don't overthink that. Like just buy stuff that's profitable. You're going to buy ridiculously beautiful profitable inventory during Black Friday, Cyber Monday in a couple months. And, the nice thing is this is August. So you got unlimited time to ungate brands prior to that.
So I want to answer Jimmy's question. So he said, my question is cash flow still a problem as before, now, or last few years? You can click.
Everyone Google Gareth Bale, and that's how Warren's going to show up to his wedding. He's going to get the nice fade on the side, the bun on top.
That would actually be wild.
That looks crazy.
Wait, so Jimmy said, is cash flow still as big of a problem as before now that you can click pay me every 24 hours? So just because you can click that pay me button every 24 hours doesn't mean that you're going to get paid your full balance. It's still just going to be like a small subset of your balance. It just depends on when those orders came in and when Amazon's going to release that payment to you. But as far as is cash flow still a big problem, I'd say it's probably the biggest bottleneck, right? Every Amazon seller starts at a place where they've got more capital than inventory to buy. And then eventually they get to a place where they've got more inventory to buy than they have capital. And so once they get to that second place, cash flow is the biggest bottleneck. And yeah, I mean, that's where we are. We've got a lot of good opportunities and just not enough cash to buy it all, unfortunately.
And the cool thing is, it's probably never going to change from that, right? It's going to be, as you get more experience with sourcing and find more outlets to spend your money, you will always be looking for more cash, more leverage, and more buying power to use for all your accounts that you open.
Yep.
Yes, this will lead to the cancellation of your Amazon store. Do not do it. And unfortunately, there's a ton of fake accounts going around on Discord and TikTok and Instagram. Like, we're never going to sell you a virtual assistant. We're never going to sell you on Bitcoin, crypto, Shopify.
Yeah, the scams have gotten out of control lately.
Yeah, we just got it. What we got to do is like set a day in Discord where I'll just put it on my calendar and I'll at the whole group once a week about it.
Did I tell y'all there was some guy reaching out to brands posing as me, but he was posing as me as a manager for his company. He's like, "Hi, my name's Corey Ganem. I'm the sales manager for like whatever his company was."
So and he's trying to like get accounts using your name.
He reached out to a brand that I literally work with, and the guy forwarded it to me. He was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Send me his info so I can have my attorney send him a cease and desist." And like I sent him a cease and desist. But he did that to like multiple brands. It was actually, I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
Talk about some nice ego padding. Someone's trying to open up accounts, simply just the namesake, nothing else.
But, no. I mean, not even. It's just like, in what world would that work? Like, that's just crazy. Whatever. But like, why would he think that a brand is going to just like recognize my name? Like, It's not like brands know me. Amazon sellers maybe, but I don't know. I thought it was funny. KB said, yeah, TikTok's out of control. The Discord chat's under a paywall. Be careful. Absolutely. Why do I okay, this is a good question. Why do I sometimes get a better price from a distributor than from a brand, even though working directly with the brand should usually give me the best price? So really good question. So you would think that working with a brand would always get you the best price, but that's not always the case because some of these distributors are buying so much volume. I'm talking like $1 million, 10 million, 50, $100 million worth of inventory at a time, that the distributor can get a better price from the brand and then still offer you a lower price than if you went directly to the brand because you're not buying as much volume. So that's usually how the distributor is able to able to offer you a better price than you could get from the brand.
Garrett Table How TikTok is out of control. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, we're sorry about that, but there's really not much we can do with the fake accounts and everything here. Garrett, teach me how to do the shoot. Yeah, see, LOL's yeah. Corey Ganem is a sales point. Like the whole account. Yeah, I'm gonna make a Twitter or a fake LinkedIn profile or something.
Yeah, it might work.
We all run the fake Corey Ganem accounts secretly.
Just ruin my reputation.
Brian said he received your cease and desist.
Oh, it was you, Brian. Damn. I should have just slid in your DMs.
Get a bail haircut as well. We'll all get the bail haircut or something like that. Cool. Yeah, good energy today, y'all. Keep the questions coming every Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern, right? We're here to help you guys, start and grow your business the right way. Now's the perfect time to get going with this stuff. It's the 8th month of the year. Uncle Flips' birthday is next month, and then Q4 starts right there. I should start adding that to the important dates for Amazon sellers that are coming too. Where can I start working with you guys? Yeah, Marco. So we all have different offerings in respect to what we can do to potentially help. So just check the links in our descriptions so you can see more info on those guys here. Yeah.
How come you're all changing setups? I moved upstairs, so I went from the bottom floor to the top floor so that George, the dog here, doesn't bark at everybody that walks by the front door. So hopefully it makes it a little easier on you guys.
And then he got a massive poster of a book stand to make it.
It's actually fake.
It's a Zoom. It's a Zoom background. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoom. Have you seen like the fake bookshelf doors that you see in like the movies where you like tap it twice and it opens?
They need like Zoom backgrounds that make your background look worse. Like it's like a room that's super messy. There's like underwear in the floor. Like
you're like recording in front of your bed. Like
yeah.
Used to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring out a green screen to get my old background back with the mattress behind me. Let's see. Deal Hunter, you're asking about a customer request to return for FBM product last month. Status showed auto authorized but did not receive yet. Yeah, so a lot of returns will auto authorize and they'll get their money, but if they don't return it, then the refund reverses. That's usually how it works.
Yeah. Ooh, interesting. Never heard of people doing that. Probably an angle for it. But not a huge fan of using. Well, I guess if a grant doesn't have to be paid back, then I think it's a great idea potentially.
Well, one thing I will say is this obviously doesn't apply anymore, but during COVID, we got the EIDL loan.
Oh, those were lit. Yeah.
I have another 25 years to pay it off at like 3%. So that really helped.
Wait, Miles, remember Wi-Fi back in the day?
That was fire, bro. That was oh my God. Oh my gosh, that was diabolical.
Dude, COVID times, honestly, like a lot of bad stuff happened, but like those are some of the best years, dude.
Dude, totally. Could you please share some prep center? Yeah, use Chris Grant's list on his website, cleartheshelf.com.
Yeah, Google Clear the Shelf Prep Center, and it's the first link that comes up, and he's got a big list of prep centers in every state. So I'd call up a few of those and interview them. Don't just go with the first one you see. Yeah. But anyone on those lists should be a pretty good fit.
Yeah, for sure. Right there. How can I build stronger relationship with the brands? Buy more and add more value. Jellycat is a fire brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get more listings, Pam.
Yeah. BME had a good win there. Said 7 days or 7 weeks to make it first 1,000 in sales. About to cross second in 2.5 weeks. There you go, man.
Nice.
Yeah. It's very exponential. First 1,000 is extremely hard. The first 10,000 is also pretty hard. Once you get past there, though, it's like, what items that have other colors, right? What 2-packs of the items I'm already sourcing? What items that I source from that sale that also are brands that sell good that I haven't looked at yet, right? Like it's there. Once you find your first, 50 to 100 leads, probably be like 10K or so in sales. It gets so much easier because it's just like, let me go to the same sources and same brands.
Going deeper on places you've already had success,
Yeah.
aka like really digging into the adjacencies, you can 5x your business instantly, right? If you have 20K of a catalog, you can that probably will lead you to 100, 125K. Like Warner was talking about, all the different variations, duplicate listings, deeper products within the brand, right? Deep other products within this a particular source, different products within that particular niche. Finding success, you gain so much leverage from that.
Yep. Now you can take care, guys. Cool. All right. Basketball is calling, y'all. I have a product in FBA thinking it is roll back. Should I just send it back? BSR is now 280K. Check if there's movement on the keep it chart, but it'll probably still move. You know what I mean? But take a
280
look.
can still sell for sure.
Oh,
There's a lot of
Yeah.
opportunity, and like
Yeah.
things that say they sell like 10 to 20 times a month, but they really sell a lot faster, and the profit's really good. Like
So
kind
at
of a
one
whole niche in
point,
itself.
right before I stopped doing OA, that was kind of my entire business model. I would buy, and it was like all buying grocery from Walmart, like really high rank grocery, like 100K, 200, 300K sales rank,
And changing
where the only sellers on the listings were FBM, or it was priced so high, like the selling price on the listing was, like a 300% ROI, and I could come in and price at like a 75% ROI, which would still be great, and take the sales rank from like 300K down to like 50K overnight.
Yeah.
And that was my whole business model for a while, and it was really profitable, and there just like wasn't as much competition because most people avoid those really high ranked products. It's a really good model.
For the record, though, like as a newer seller, right? If you're not doing 6 figures a month easy, you should not even be considering to do any of that, right? Find stuff that's lower hanging fruit, that's dependable, that it has existed in the same profitable market that you're looking to sell in, and that's where you're going to have success, right? Miles and I talk about this a bunch, right? We have a lot of newer sellers that are like, oh, should we buy and hold this particular product, or should we buy a ton of seasonal stuff that's prospective, right? Find stuff that has a history of being successful, given the price you can buy it for, and iterate and index on that, right? If you get too hypothetical too early, that's where we've seen a ton of people lose a lot of money.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. Make sure you follow Warner, Garrett, and Corey on socials as well. If you feel like you're struggling to find a lot of profitable online arbitrage products, watch the YouTube video I posted today. It's going to be a really, really good blueprint on that. And appreciate all y'all.
Yeah, Garrett is rocking the 6th grade baseball today with the the bubble gum.
That would have been really embarrassing if that shit just like exploded all over
That
my
would have been a great screenshot.
Good energy there. Cool. So y'all have a great day. Thanks.
See you guys.
Mr.